Welcome to Tech Talk Central. I'm Nathan,
And I'm Sarah.
and today we're doing a deep dive into Android tablets, specifically ones with stylus support.
Yeah, we know a lot of you are looking for that sweet spot, something great for productivity or getting creative on the go.
Exactly. So we've picked out two really interesting options, the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 FE Plus and the Lenovo Tab P12.
We're going to break down their features, talk about the stylus experience, and really try to figure out what makes each one stand out.
Our main goal here is to give you a clearer picture, help you decide which one might actually be the better fit for what you need.
Sounds good. Where should we start?
Let's kick things off with the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 FE Plus Cower. The first thing that kind of jumps out is the build quality.
Oh, yeah.
It's got an IP68 rating. Now, for anyone wondering, that basically means it's pretty well protected against dust and water.
Right, which isn't something you see on every tablet, especially in this sort of mid-range space. It adds a layer of durability.
Definitely. If you're using it out and about, or maybe you're just a bit clumsy like me, that water resistance is a big plus. And it's light too, only 1.38 pounds.
Yeah, portability combined with that toughness is a nice combo.
And in talking about being out and about, the battery life seems really strong here. Samsung is claiming up to 18 hours.
18. Wow. That's basically all day, and then some for most people.
Right. Plus, it has fast charging, so less time tethered to the wall, which is always good.
That kind of battery life really opens things up, doesn't it? For work, study, long trips.
Yeah.
You're not constantly worried about finding power.
Exactly. Now, probably the key reason someone's looking at this model is the stylus, the S Pen. It comes included.
And the S Pen has a pretty good reputation, right? Samsung's been refining it for years.
Yeah, they really focus on making it feel like writing on paper. Responsive, good for notes, sketching, marking up documents, all that stuff.
So if that natural writing feel is high on your list, this is definitely one to consider. How it actually feels to use the pen can make a big difference.
Totally. Okay, under the hood, it's running an Exynos 1380 chip. It's got 8 GB of RAM and 256 GB of storage.
That 256 GB is interesting. How is that configured?
Good question. It's actually 128 GB built in, plus they include a 120 GB micro SD card.
Ah, okay. So you get the benefit of expandable storage right out of the box. That's flexible.
Yeah, it gives you plenty of room and the option to add even more later if you need it. Should handle multitasking pretty smoothly with that setup.
Makes sense. What about the display?
It's a big one. 12.4 inches WQXGA resolution. That's 2560 by 1600 pixels. And it's got a 90 hertz refresh rate.
Okay, so sharp, vibrant visuals, and that 90 hertz will make scrolling and animations feel, well, smoother.
Definitely a nicer experience than a standard 60 hertz screen. It also packs dual 8-megapixel cameras on the back, and interestingly, a 12-megapixel front camera.
12 megapixels on the front. That's pretty high for a tablet. Good for video calls, then.
Yeah, seems like they put some thought into that. Connectivity is standard modern stuff. Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.3, USB Type-C for charging.
And warranty.
The specific one we looked at comes with a 1-year warranty, plus an extra 3 years just on that included SD card, which is kind of neat.
Okay. And the price point?
Right now it's sitting at $499 on Amazon with free returns.
All right, so that's the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 FE Plus SAG solid package. Seems like durability and battery are key strengths.
Yep. Now let's switch gears and look at the Lenovo Tab P12.
Okay, the P12, what's the story here?
Well, it also goes big on the display. It's even slightly larger at 12.7 inches, and it bumps the resolution up to 3K.
3K, so that's 2944 by 1840 pixels, even sharper visuals then.
Exactly. If you're really into detailed work or just want super crisp movies and text, that higher resolution could be a noticeable difference for you.
Lenovo seems to be leaning into the media experience too, right? I remember reading about the speakers.
You got it. Quad JBL speakers with Dolby Atmos support. They're definitely aiming for a more immersive sound experience for movies and music. Supports up to 1080p streaming too.
So potentially better for entertainment straight out of the box compared to maybe more standard tablet audio.
Could be. Performance-wise, it uses a MediaTek Dimensity 7050 processor, also paired with 8 GB of RAM and 128 GB of internal storage.
Okay, so similar RAM, slightly less built-in storage than the Samsung's total package, but it uses UFS storage, right? Universal Flash storage.
Yeah, UFS, which is generally faster than standard embedded storage, so apps might load a bit quicker. It also has Wi-Fi 6.
And the front camera on this one.
Also interesting, it's a 13-megapixel ultra-wide camera. Plus, it has AI face tracking to keep you centered in video calls.
Ah, that face tracking's a neat trick. Useful for calls, definitely. And the stylus situation.
It comes with one, the Lenovo Tab Pen Plus. It supports features like tilt detection and palm rejection.
Poop detection is great for artists, for shading and stuff. Palm rejection is pretty essential for comfortable writing.
And here's a big value point. Lenovo includes not just the pen, but also a folio case in the box.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you don't have to immediately spend extra on accessories. That's a significant saving.
It really is. The screen also has a 16:10 aspect ratio, and Lenovo highlights that you can run up to 4 split screens for multitasking.
4 apps at once? That could be really useful for productivity workflows. More screen real estate, effectively.
Lenovo's added some other smart features too, like reading modes chromatic and mono to be easier on the eyes, and something called Lenovo Freestyle for easier file sharing with Windows PCs.
Little quality of life touches. What about ports and battery?
It's got a USB-C 2.0 port and, importantly, a micro SD slot. So you can expand that 128 Judo of storage.
Good. Always good to have that option. And battery.
Claimed battery life is up to 10 hours.
Okay, so noticeably less than the Samsung's claimed 18 hours. That's a key difference.
Definitely something to weigh. And the price for the Lenovo.
This is where it gets really competitive, I bet.
Yeah. Currently, it's listed at $319.99 on Amazon. And that includes the pen and the folio case.
Wow, okay. That's a much lower price point than the Samsung, especially considering the included accessories.
Absolutely. So when you put them side by side,
Yeah.
it gets interesting.
Yeah, you've got the Samsung S9 FE Plus, say, which seems to really push durability with that IP68 rating and seriously long battery life. Plus maybe a slight edge on the front camera specs.
Right. But it comes at that higher price, around $500.
Then you have the Lenovo P12. You're saving almost $200. You get the pen and case included.
And you get that slightly larger, higher resolution 3K screen, plus the enhanced JBL speakers. Great for media.
But you trade off on the maximum claimed battery life, 10 hours versus 18, and you don't get that official water and dust resistance rating.
Exactly. And, the Stylus experience itself might just come down to personal preference, how the S Pen feels versus the Tab Pen Plus.
They both have the core features like pressure sensitivity, and the Lenovo adds tilt, but the feel in the hand, the latency, that can be subjective.
So really, there's no single better tablet here, is there?
Not universally, no. It really hinges on what you, the listener, prioritize. Is it maximum battery and ruggedness? Then maybe the Samsung edges it out, if the budget fits.
Or is it about getting the best screen and sound for your money, plus having those accessories included from the start? Then the Lenovo looks very appealing.
Yeah, think about your main uses. Heavy note-taking, media consumption, working in different environments. That should guide your decision.
Both seem like really capable Android tablets with good stylus support, just with different strengths.
Agreed. Two strong contenders in that mid-range space.
Well, hopefully that gives everyone a better idea of what these two tablets offer. To find the latest prices and deals, be sure to check out the links we put in the description below.
And if you found this deep dive helpful, we'd love it if you'd subscribe to the channel, Tech Talk Central, for more tech reviews and discussions.
Thanks for joining us.